Comics and powered by the Red 5 Network. For more, visit red5.bio.link. Good morning! I'm in a weird mood. I'm also late, but that's okay. You'll forgive me after I adjust my hair. I look really short today. It's because I am in general, but I think my chair's down too low. I'll try to fix it. I thought showing you what I really look like. Good morning and happy Monday. I'm late for two reasons. One, the big, most important reason, it is my youngest daughter's birthday. She's 17 years old, and we had to have a dance party in the living room featuring music about the age of 17. So, Dancing Queen, Edge of 17, and I may have played Winger, even though it's not really that appropriate, but so, happy birthday, my sweet pistol-packing Princess Amelia. You're a butthole, but I love you, and I couldn't be more proud. What a talented young woman she is. She is so insanely talented. I have her artwork all over the studio, but she sculpted this. It's Thing from the Addams Family from Wednesday, specifically. She did this. This was in an art show. This camera doesn't do it any justice. It's actually super cool. And the details she's got here on the nails, it's just so cool. I'm so proud of her. She does art shows every single year. And Brian Sipe, my good friend, Brian Sipe, my mentor, has given her so much advice, so many tips, and has begged me to nurture this because he wants her to work in special effects one day. But super proud of the young woman my daughter's becoming. So allow me to gush, okay? Allow me to gush. Also, I was watching Dexter. Can you blame me? I love Dexter. I gotta fix this chair. Hold on. I gotta fix it. And I may knock literally everything over trying to fix it because that is how we do things here. That's better, right? I don't feel like I have to squish down or whatever. This is far more comfortable. Good morning. How is everyone? We got a few things to talk about, just like a couple topics, but I think we're really, really, really going to get into it. Yeah. But first, I want to know, how was your weekend? How was your weekend? Did you have a good time? I went to the river with my sister, had a few drinks, had a really horrible experience with a couple of cops. I'm not kidding. We got harassed by police because I'm disabled and there was no disability access. And they flat out tried to tell me that they were not legally obligated to offer disability access in a federally funded national park. Seriously. And then they laughed at me and said, just don't go camping. Sure, I'll just hide myself from the entire world to make you more comfortable. What a bunch of crap, guys. Sam A. Baker Park in Missouri. So fun. Horrible. But other than that, I had a great time swimming and having something called a Corona Colada that my sister made. I don't know if you guys have had those, but very nice. Very nice, right? You can tell that upset me because I immediately started touching my hair again. All right, Danielle, enough is enough. Let's scream good morning at everyone, and then we're going to dive into it. Good morning, Nerdling Deranged Lunatic. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Contributing Producer Kino. Buenos dias, Fernando. Good morning, Maria. Oh, look at all the happy birthdays. Actually, we'll call it the middle child of Dexter. I was catching up on Dexter New Blood. I really didn't think I was going to get into it as much as I did. I always forget how much I love Dexter until I watch some Dexter. I'm like, oh yeah, I love this. So, I've been watching Resurrection, and I realized I hadn't watched New Blood. So, good morning, Hunter Iggy. What are my thoughts on Jeff Snyder threatening James Gunn? What a douche. We'll talk about that in a second. I do not care for Jeff Snyder. He's such a POS. I mean, seriously. Good morning, Nerdling First Class Backyard TARDIS! Yes, police harassment. They came up and yelled at us because Dave had to park on the grass near my sister's campsite because I had just had to walk like 500 yards through sand and gravel with a prosthetic leg that didn't fit me well, and my other leg was in really bad shape. And there was no disability access to other way to get me there. And so I had to walk there. I just stayed in water the whole time. And then had to walk back. Walking back was extremely difficult. So I cried. It was painful. We get back to the campsite. He just pulls into the grass so I can get to the campsite. And the cops immediately pull up and start yelling at him. And he's like, I'm moving the car. And I told them, you have no disability access. You have nothing that's accessible. And he points like 200 yards up to there was no sign for the disabled parking. He's like, it's up there. I said, well, that's not accessible. That's all the way up there. And he says he could have dropped you off. And so, well, what if I drove myself? And then he started telling me that they're not obligated by law to have anything accessible. And I informed them that according to Section 504 of the Reformation Act of 1977 and the Americans with Disabilities Act of 1992, if it is federal funded public place, you absolutely do have to provide access. And they laughed at me, told me I don't know the law, and told me just don't go camping. I really wish I was in a better frame of mind that I would have caught names and badge numbers, but they were awful. Sam A. Baker Park in Southeast Missouri. Sam, letter A, dot, Baker Park. So I remember going there when I was a kid, but won't be going back again. Good morning, John Hayes. Oh man, if only. Are the mic issues still bad? Is that better? Yeah, I should have recorded it. We should have, but listen, when something is wrong, I'm not very good at keeping my mouth shut and sitting there and taking it. And so Dave was like, you really shouldn't argue with cops. And I was like, arrest me. Like, let them arrest me. Let them arrest me for me being upset that there's no disability access. And I wasn't screaming or anything. I didn't go find them. They found me. Even though Dave was going to move the car, he was just getting me out of it. Like, you started this. I'm just telling you, like, hey, there was no access and I'm in a lot of pain. So he had to drop me off here. And they're like, just don't go camping. Like, no, let them arrest me in that situation. Let that happen. I will sue the hell out of them if that happens. So, funny. Nah, I'm an angry elf. All right. I'm on one today. It's my daughter's birthday, so whatever. I do what I want, I guess. Maria, in what way was he keeping the neighborhoods or street? Exactly. How were you keeping the campground safe? And listen, I was in a bathing suit, so it was very obvious to see that I have a very large, and it's very ugly right now, prosthetic leg, and you can see all the scars and deformity on my left leg. I had clearly been crying from pain. I was not moving well at all. Like, I had to really lumber up there to ask what the problem was. It was very obvious that I was disabled and I was struggling to get around, and they were threatening to ticket us or kick us out. And that's when I brought up well, actually, you guys are at fault right here because, anyway, seriously, You guys should ask me these questions privately because this whole stream will end up me ranting about civil rights and constitutional law. Seriously, but I do want to thank a couple of very good friends who talked to me, like my sister. My sister was amazing. My sister was like she was really amazing. And fun fact, Bo DeMaio was very helpful after that. So anyway, and thank you, Hunter. She's very tickled that everyone's telling her happy birthday right now. So all right, guys, you guys want to talk about some nerdy news, or you just want to listen to me rant some more? Because hey, I got something I know you want to rant about. Oh, Bella. Here we go. So, oh gosh, what is his name again? Kino, what is this dude's name again? I always forget it. This freaking guy, you guys remember him. He is that one reporter for Variety that is always causing some kind of drama. He asks the most inflammatory questions on purpose. He was the one who asked Aubrey Plaza, is Agatha All Along the gayest MCU show yet? Like, why would you ask something like that? It's just a weird ask. And what was that other thing he did? Like, he will purposely ask really it's Mark something. I just know it. It's Mark something. And I can never remember what it is. But anywho, this guy asks Bella Ramsey a weird question, but in his defense, her answers were just Bella. So he knew that this was going to cause a stir. She knew this was going to cause a stir. And I just want you to take it for what it is. So here's Bella Ramsey.
I can see it. Come on.
In Variety.
Or I could be Spider-Man.
So he asks her, and this is from Variety's post. This guy. I can't remember his name, but it's always him. It is always him. He does this on purpose. Oh, it was James Gunn. He was asking James Gunn stuff, and James Gunn was not playing along. He was not playing along. He said, Mark Malkin. That's it. I knew it was Mark something. Mark Malkin. So he asked James Gunn about what Superman represents and if he should represent the American way or whatever. Something really rude, and trying to trap James Gunn into saying something where, either half the audience, definitely either way, half the audience is going to be really riled up and pissed off. And James Gunn wasn't playing. He's like, Superman's for everyone. Like, suck it. That was a really good move on his part, which usually he doesn't make. He's usually in a lot of trouble by his own mouth online. So Mark Malkin at it again, asking a already divisive, polarizing actor, and Bella Ramsey is a divisive actor. You either love Bella Ramsey or you hate Bella Ramsey for so many reasons, either politics, acting. I will say her portrayal as Lyanna Mormont in Game of Thrones was just incredible. I mean, to date, it's the best thing they've done. I don't know how to refer to Bella Ramsey. It's difficult because, listen, as someone who does have a family member that prefers to change pronouns, it's very difficult for me as someone who's been a writer the majority of my life, because they, them, their, that's plural. It's grammatically incorrect to say it otherwise. It has nothing to do with my politics and everything to do with my grammar brain. Just cannot make sense of it. So it's very difficult for me. And I'm not alone in that. So Mark Malkin asks Bella Ramsey, knowing what this is going to stir up, what superhero movie do you want to do? What superhero do you want to portray? There we go. So,
Or I could be Spider-Man.
can you hear that?
Okay, make that pitch right now to Tom Holland.
First of all, Mark. Tom Holland. Make that pitch to Tom Holland. First of all, Tom Holland is not in charge of who plays Spider-Man. Tom Holland isn't the executive producer of Spider-Man, nor does he own the rights or write the stories. He portrays Spider-Man. Okay, he isn't actually Spider-Man. He's just acting. I always think of Trevor in Shang-Chi. That's right. The monkeys on the horses. They were acting. Good morning, Omari. It's much easier to just refer to Bella as Liana Mormont forever. You know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. It's very funny. So he tells her to make his pitch to Tom Holland for her playing Spider-Man. And look at, he's so excited. He's so excited she said that. He's like, yes, this is going to cause so many problems on it. They're going to be talking about this for a month. It's amazing. Yes. He's so excited for this.
You're out, you're in.
Tom Holland did a great job though. so I don't know. Maybe they do need to make a new one for me.
I could see it.
He can't.
So I don't know. Maybe they do need to make a new one for me.
The clip is
See
messed
it.
up.
Come on, slinging those webs.
Yeah, something like that.
Is that your favorite superhero?
Slinging those webs. I can't do it. Make your pitch to Tom Holland. And she says, Tom Holland was great, though. He is. He's actually my favorite Spider-Man. I know it's not popular for some of my generation, but I think he's been some of the best casting in a superhero role. Hard agree. So now his little belly sticking out. Oh, he's such a creep. Anyway, then he goes on to say, slinging those webs. I could see it. I could see it. Is that your favorite superhero? And then she says this. And then she said, like, seriously, everyone's focusing on her saying she wants to, or Bella, whatever. I'm sorry. Bella wanting to say that Bella saying that she wants to play Spider-Man. Everyone's focusing on that part of it. Listen to the rest.
You know what? Spider-Man was the one with Andrew Garfield. Are there several with him? One of them with him.
She almost got Superman, but she's saying that
was the first time I'd ever watched a Marvel film, and that
Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield is the only Marvel film she's ever seen.
Was like 3 months ago was the first time that I'd ever seen a Marvel film, and it was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man.
And
incredible. I love.
That's the only or Marvel film. We don't know if she's seen like DC films, but superhero wise, as far as we know, that's all Bella has seen. She's a kid, right? Isn't she just like 18, 19, 20 years old, something like that? What do you watch then? Listen to me. Like, seriously, I struggle to watch any movie that isn't a superhero movie or cartoons. So it always blows my mind when someone's like, I've never seen a Marvel movie. I've never seen a superhero movie. It's just, I don't know. That's just a me thing. Omari says Bella can be Spider-Man of the Sony verse where she can fight Kraven and Morbius. Don't forget Madam Web. That would be hilarious. Kino says if Gunn Casser's Batmite, I'll be done with the DCU. Oh, she's 22. See, that's just weird to me that someone that young hasn't watched any Marvel movies, like not into superhero movies at all, especially if you're in Hollywood. Good morning, Penny. I'm so sorry. I'll stop yelling. Go to sleep, little baby. Go to sleep. So, yeah, this was all entirely intentional. And anytime someone like Mark or another reporter asks a question like this, all of a sudden it's headline news across like every platform, every outlet. Bella Ramsey wants to play Spider-Man. Bella Ramsey wants to be the new Spider-Man. She just answered a question. She just answered a question. It doesn't mean like she's actively seeking that. She answered a question. So I think it would be a really dumb move. All right. We as a people are not going to be able to accept a biological female as Spider-Man unless it's like Spider-Woman. You know, I'm sorry. That's not sorry. That's just the time we live in. It'll never be fully accepted. I know at least half the fan base will go bonkers over it and accuse the other half as being bigoted or sexist or what have you, but that's just the nature of the beast right now. So again, very inflammatory, shit disturbing question that we have come to expect from Mark Malkin. So this guy needs to just not do this anymore or lean into who he is like Jeff Snyder does. But Jeff Snyder hasn't entirely made peace with who he is. I mean, he'll say things like, oh, was it a couple weeks ago? Snyder was posting all over. Let me see if I can find it. That I'm not a journalist. Snyder said. He said, I'm not a journalist. I'm a rumorist. They kicked me out of the mainstream media. I'm a rumorist. Ugh, good grief. Let's find it. So he says stupid things like that. Like, I'm a rumorist. I only focus on rumors. I don't do like journalism, which is, facts. You base on facts. And he's flat out said, I don't do that. I just, solely rumors. Well, then he goes off the other day, and I can't find it because he posts more than my 17-year-old daughter. He goes off the other day about James Gunn. Like, goes straight off. I don't even really know why he's so upset about James, but he's really mad, and he flat out says that he is going to leak the Batman 2 script. He's going to leak all of it. First of all, going to get him sued. And he was mad that people weren't taking him seriously, that James Gunn wasn't taking him serious. Well, no one can take you seriously. You flat out said, don't take me serious. You said, I just deal in rumor. And then he starts going off on this rant. I need to find this rant. Let me see if I can find it through Google. Because, you sent it to me? Well, hold on. That means I got to open another Twitter window so I don't open your DMs. But what you guys may or may not know is that Snyder is the one who started all the Bo stuff, saying that Bo had assaulted women. Bo describes himself as the most chronically gay man ever, and saying that he was assaulting women and sending all these nudes out. But Jeff was never had any evidence, any proof, any names, no specifics, just an innocuous statement that Bo was fired because he was harassing people. That's it. No other information. None. No names, no specifics, no evidence, nothing. And so he tells everyone, this is what Bo did. That's where it came from. And so from there, in the in the what's the word I'm looking for? In the court of public opinion, Bo was entirely found guilty of assault because of this guy. So he absolutely is a hack. He's full of shit. Entirely full of shit. And just not a good guy. And a hypocrite. An absolute hypocrite. You know, you guys catch him posting pictures in his hot pink Speedo. I guess he was not getting enough attention. So he sat there and bashed Bo for his OnlyFans, which does have a paywall and is age restricted. Things I was lied to about. Snyder posts pictures in his pink Speedo. Like, so anyway, here is Jeff.
More people I know
Going
are
off.
going to have read that fucking script, and I'm going to fucking leak every. I'm on Twitter and be a big man. More people I know are going to have read that fucking script, and I'm going to fucking leak every goddamn fucking thing I hear about it because he's an asshole. Okay?
Wow.
Matt Reeves doesn't behave like this.
No,
Matt Reeves, I'm totally cool with. No beef with Matt Reeves at all. James Gunn, you want to fucking dance, bro? What can you do to me? You can't do fucking anything to me.
He
whereas
can
I
sue
rip
you.
your
He can sue you into oblivion. He can sue you so hard.
fucking universe apart. So
Wow.
watch yourself, my friend. I'm on Twitter and be a big man.
Come on Twitter and be a big man. Because that's what real men do. Real men go on Twitter. They accuse you to your face on Twitter. Why is Jeff Snyder's picture outdated? I don't know. I try to update mine every few months. I just want to catfish you from like here down. From here up, it's the God's honest truth. But from here down, I'm a level-headed individual. Let's hear more from this level-headed individual.
More people I know are going to have read that fucking script, and I'm going to fucking leak every goddamn fucking thing I hear about it.
So level-headed. Come on Twitter and be a big man. What an idiot. What an idiot. Why on earth would you why would you have a beef with him? What has James Gunn personally done to you? That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Listen, if you are a self-professed rumorist, chances are you're going to ruffle some feathers and make some people upset. And the more they're upset with you and complaining about you, if they complain about you, that's good for you. That's more visibility for you. So to act like an absolute child, and yes, I'm so glad you're wearing headphones. He's a worse potty mouth than me. This is stupid. This is stupid. What are you mad about, Jeff Snyder, that you got busted being a liar? You don't have that script. You don't have it. Send it to me, Jeff Snyder. Prove it. Prove it. Omari, real men settle their differences on MySpace. That's hilarious. And listen, usually when you're cussing that much, you're just full of it. He's got nothing else to say, so he's just dropping the F-bomb every other word. Come on, be a big man. Matt Reeves doesn't act like this. Well, that's because they're two totally different people. They're two totally different people. Matt Reeves is a writer-director, and James Gunn is now a studio head. There's sure to be some differences in two totally different people. We all know how James Gunn behaves on the interwebs. We're all painfully aware of it. You are not singled out here, sir. Loki says, this guy's lies versus James Gunn's lies would be funny to see. I would love to see it like a presidential debate, like the Biden Trump debates, talking about their golf game. I want to see Jeff Snyder and James Gunn on stage. Hunter, I saw it, but here's the thing. I like to think I have a very intimidating yell. Do not underestimate a mom voice. A good mom voice will make anyone pee their pants or have the hair stand up in the back of their neck. I'm just telling you. My kids have said for years I don't yell, I bark. Oh, I'm telling you, mom voice, man. Don't underestimate it. All right, guys. Oh, here it is. You found the rumorist one. Thank you, Kino. So Kino's found the post I was talking about. So I'm going to pull that. Oh, did I get the wrong one? I did. Here we go. Stupid fingernails. I did my nails again. Okay. This is from August 8th, exactly 10 days ago. August 8th was a beautiful day. Any No Effects fans? Anyway, he says, I no longer practice journalism. I practice rumorism. You want journalism? Read the trades and their official bullet points that have been crafted by multiple publicists before approved by even more publicists. Yawn. Dude, that's what you do. That's what you do. So you're trying to tell me that rumors are more believable than journalism because you don't have publicists craft. You are a publicist. That's what you're crafting this stuff specifically to be. Stop it, dude. Stop it. Stop. You are an entertainment journalist. You're a pop culture journalist. You write articles, you have newsletters, all of it. You are literally no different than me at this point. Stop it. Stop it. The difference between Jeff Snyder and me nowadays is that I protect my sources and I try to vet things. And if I think it's something that probably won't happen or is crap, then I tell you that. He doesn't. He doesn't. And then he threatens. Then he threatens to expose. Oh, I'll leak the whole script. Listen, people have sent me things. I've seen things that, you'd probably want to know about. But if I expose that, if I even say specifically what I've done, what I've seen, who's told me what, then those people aren't going to trust me anymore. They're not going to trust me. They're not going to tell me anything anymore. So why would I do that? Why would I break their trust to get an extra click? That's play the long game, Jeff. You're terrible at it. You're absolutely terrible at it. Listen to me. I have 6,500 subscribers and I'm telling Jeff Snyder, you're terrible at this. Like, look, watch my long game pay off when I'm on my deathbed. I'll get monetized at 89 years old. Which, by the way, we did go up in watch hours, so it's working. Keep at it, guys. Once we hit 3,000, one lucky subscriber is getting randomly drawn to win a custom designed comics and hoodie and a $50 gift card for Amazon, courtesy of C-Jack Productions. So, yes, hit the like button if you think Jeff Snyder is terrible. All right, guys, let's move on. Boy, howdy. I just can't stand the guy. I really can't. He makes so many of us look bad and stupid. So we've got a shot of Harry and Hagrid behind the scenes filming. Clearly, they're going to be doing something CGI on Hagrid's face. Very obviously late 90s. Look at that. Oh my God, he looks so much like my oldest. My oldest got called Harry Potter when he was little because he had glasses and brown hair. Like all white boys with brown hair and glasses surely got called when they were kids. Oh my goodness. So it looks good though. This looks really, really good. I think he's an excellent casting for Hagrid. So if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about Jeff Snyder or about Harry Potter's American Eagle jeans, leave it in the comments below. We're going to move on to our other subjects. I do love Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren is an absolute class act. And I love her for this. I meant to show Dave because, as you know, Dave is a huge James Bond fan. And God, I can only hope to look like Helen Mirren when I'm her age. Just gorgeous. She says, the next James Bond has got to be a guy. I'm such a feminist, but James Bond has got to be a guy. You can't have a woman. It just doesn't work. James Bond has to be James Bond. Otherwise, it becomes something else. Exactly. Exactly. Just if you want to make a woman James Bond, just go make a woman spy. Make her somebody else. Make her 006, 008, whichever one. But I mean, you can do it, just it can't be James Bond. And it's kind of in this same vein of this mentality we've had these days, that in order to give someone or another group, marginalized or whatever you want to call it, something that you feel they deserve, you have to take away from someone else. And that's just not okay. That's not okay. You can't take from one in order to give to another. That's not... What? I've lost. I don't know why, but I'm lost there. Oh my gosh. But fact of the matter is, you can't take from one just to give to another. That's not equality. That's not equity. That's not fairness. That's just taking from one, making sure we push someone down to lift someone up. That's not how that works, and it's not okay. Okay, got it. I got it. Oh, dorks. Anyway, that's always been my feeling of it. And I really feel like anyone who's a parent of multiple children understands that. I mean, how do the middle children and the younger children, like the second, third, and in my case, fourth children, feel about having the hand-me-downs from the older children? They hate that shit. They hate it so much. They hate it. It makes them feel not as important. Like what? I'm not worthy of having something new or completely my own? To me, that's gender swapping and race swapping in a nutshell. Am I not good enough to have my own new thing? I have to have hand-me-downs? That's not okay. Backyard TARDIS. What if they want a female Ethan Hunt because a female James Bond would be using her feminine assets to seduce men? Hey, that's our strength. I'm a big fan of characters playing to their strengths. And if you want to learn more about that, I have a video called The Real Superpowers of Women. You should check that out. Because in that video, I explain that you can have super cool, believable women in lead roles, like action and stuff like that, as long as you play to the feminine strengths, the feminine powers. We may not be as muscular and as physically strong in most situations, but we are faster. We're more flexible. And some of us are pretty. And we can use that too. Let's face it. That's one of our strengths. So we also have better hearing, and we can focus on more things at one time than men can because of these connections between the hemisphere and our brain. And there's reasons for that. There are actual scientific reasons for these things. And I explain all of that in the Real Superpowers of Women. So check that out. It's a really good case for why we shouldn't ever need to gender swap anything. So, Penny, you are number 12 of 14 kids. You got a lot of hand-me-downs, I bet. Holy crap. That's incredible. I just broke a nail. Watch me fix it on camera without you guys ever seeing a thing. I kind of killed the point of that, though, by telling you my evil, dastardly plan. Kino, y'all have eyes at the back of your head, too. Is that a mom thing? That's why we have eyes in the back of our head, because we're moms. Yeah? Back in caveman days, we had to keep pretty good observation of our surroundings to make sure our children survived. You know, got to look out for them saber-toothed tigers and like bears. Oh my. But yeah, again, check out that video if you want more in-depth explanation, my theories on that. I did a lot of research, psychological and scientific, biological. So anyway, there's that. Moving on. Oh, we got our first looks at Fallout Season 2. Check it out. Woo, fix my nail. Fallout Season 2. It looks really good. I mean, seriously, you put Walton Goggins in it. Put Walton Goggins in everything. I don't care if it becomes like Pedro Pascal and he's in everything. I don't think I'll get tired of Walton Goggins. I mean, look how good this looks. Oh, Ella Purnell. What a beautiful young woman. Gorgeous eyes. Check it out, Kyle MacLachlan. The Pit Boys. See, I never played the games. I never played Fallout. My kids did. So all I know about Fallout came from my children. But our first looks at Fallout Season 2. If you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about it, leave it in the chat below. Also, this is a rumor. It is a very prolific rumor. It is making its rounds literally everywhere on the internet. You cannot go far without hitting this. Like Google Spaceballs, and this specific picture will come up. I am not sure where it started. I have no idea where it started. I didn't have a whole lot of time to look into it, but it has proliferated so far through the internet that I have not been able to easily deduce where it came from. But this is Christopher Candy. This is John Candy's son. And he seems to be wearing a t-shirt that says Spaceballs too. But according to this very prolific rumor, Chris Candy steps into Barf's shoes in Spaceballs 2, honoring his father, John Candy's unforgettable laughter and heart. It would be super cool if Chris Candy did play Barf in Spaceballs 2. But as far as I know, the official casting for that role is Josh Gad. I cannot stand Josh Gad. I just can't. I've liked him in two things. One, Frozen. Okay, I had two little girls when Frozen came out. I've seen it 1,000 bajillion million times. In fact, 10 years ago today, I gave my daughter a surprise Frozen birthday party where snowflakes rained down from the ceiling when I turned on the ceiling fans. So even made her an Elsa braid and everything. Anyway, you're not here for that. I liked him in that, and I liked him in Pixels with Adam Sandler. I liked Pixels. He was funny in that. He played a kind of a doofus, a weirdo, and I think he should stick to those roles because he's very good at it for some strange reason. But other than that, I'm not a Josh Gad fan. He's become one of those actors where it's very, very difficult to separate art from artist. Good morning, Somar. And thank you. Thanks to my teenage daughter, I understand what that means. And that means I look very good today. Thank you. Anywho, yeah, I'm not a big fan of Josh Gad, but I do know Josh Gad is producing and writing Spaceballs 2, which concerns me. If you've seen History of the World Part 2 on Hulu, you will know why. Good Lord, that should not have been made. It was awful. Just absolutely awful. Ruined the whole joke of History of the World Part 1, meaning that you could never really have a Part 2. But yeah, he trashed History of the World Part 2, and now he's doing Spaceballs. So fingers crossed that this rumor does have credence and that Chris Candy will be playing Barf. I hope so. But as of right now, it's Josh Gad. So we shall see. So before we get into our main topic today, couple announcements. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I have the 2 doctor's appointments. So I'll be back Wednesday. Also, new video dropped about an hour and a half ago on the channel. So when you're done with the live stream today, you have your assignment. Go watch my new interview with both showrunners of Revival, Aaron B. Kuntz and Luke Boyce. I had a great time talking to them. They're absolutely wonderful people, extremely, extremely passionate about what they do, their love for the story of Revival. We're not going to get, well, watch the interview for information on updates about season 2. Okay? It's exclusive. So technically, it's exclusive. So go watch that as soon as we're done. My interview with Aaron B. Kuntz and Luke Boyce, the showrunners, writers of Revival. Remember, I talked to Romy, the star of Revival, last week also. So this was their first interview after the show finished out its season 1 finale. I talked to them the morning after the finale had dropped on Sci-Fi. So definitely check that out. I had a really good time. Now, let's talk Booster Gold. Now, I'm going to try and pull something up. Hold on. At Peacemaker Premiere. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to pull this up first. We're going to talk about this. So for some time now, for I'd say the last year or so, it has been rumored that Kumail Nanjiani was cast as Booster Gold, which is odd to me for a couple of reasons. One, Kumail he's older. If he's not 50, he's close to it. Okay. And I always thought Booster he was like in his late 20s, early 30s. But, you know, live action adaptations do take creative license. And there are reasons for that. Also, check out the Revival interview I just did with Aaron and Luke. We talk about why changes get made. Anyway, so this rumor has been around for some time. Now, I have double, triple checked at least once a week on the production list sites for more information about Booster. And there's still no actors attached to it. Right now, the only things that are attached are the producers, the writer, etc. Okay? Which reminds me, the other thing. So anyway, Kumail was at the red carpet at the premiere for Peacemaker season 2, which is currently sitting at 100% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's from their critics. Okay. These are from actual critics. And we know that we shouldn't be taking the critics on Rotten Tomatoes too seriously, because they did get busted a couple of years ago using Bunker 15 to pay their critics to review a certain way. So I don't trust that. But if you do right now, with a total of 16 reviews from their critics, it has 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes. But Kumail was there. He was at the premiere. So that does give a little bit more credence to the rumors that he's been cast as Booster Gold. This is absolutely not my fan cast. My fan cast was Jonesy or Riley, the blonde one from Letterkenny. That was one of my fan casts. I know a lot of people want Glenn Powell, but Glenn Powell doesn't want to do stuff like this. He doesn't want to do big franchises, big superhero franchises, because that locks you in too much. He wants freedom. He wants to be able to take other roles. And when you sign on to big franchises like this, it really does lock you down. And he doesn't want to do that. So Glenn Powell is not a possibility for Booster Gold, Batman, any superhero, MCU, DCU. I know it's fun to dream, but Glenn Powell will never be in a DCU or MCU movie. Period. So do you have that? Do you have that somewhere? Because I haven't found anything official. I haven't found or he's officially been cast as Kumail Nanjiani. Thank you. I'm pretty sure his birth certificate is the official announcement, right? Hello. Good morning, Danielle. Anywho, there is Somar. Aaron Eckhart looks like Booster Gold. I know he's old. Yeah, he's too old, but yeah, back in the day, he would have been good. So would have Sean William Scott. That would have been my ultimate dream fan cast for Booster Gold. Sean William Scott. Back in, I'd say like even 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, Sean William Scott would have been the most amazing Booster Gold possible. He's too old, man. Because for those who don't know about Booster Gold, by the way, I do have a breakdown about him on the channel. But Booster Gold was this hometown high school, college football hero. Okay. They called him Booster because he was so fast. He was this amazing football player, but then he got injured. And he had no other plans for life. He just figured he'd be a famous footballer. So he made no other attempts to form any kind of backup plan. So he ends up working as a night janitor at the Legion of Heroes Museum. And he gets this idea that, man, if I was a superhero back in the day, I bet I could become really rich and famous. So he steals some stuff from the Legionnaires. Like he takes Captain Rip's time belt and a few other things, and he goes back in time in the era of the, Justice League, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and he's like, I'm going to come back here with his robot companion, Skeets. Oh my God. So he goes back in time, and he thinks he's going to be this super famous, rich superhero. No. His problems followed him back in time, and he's just this. He really does deep down have a good heart. He could have become a supervillain, but he is very selfish, very vain, and very self-centered. And it's hilarious. It's really hilarious. Watch Justice League Unlimited, episode 7, The Greatest Story Never Told. Everything you need to know about Booster Gold. And watch my breakdown. But anyway, him showing up to the Peacemaker season 2 premiere is definitely giving credence to the rumors. Do I think Kumail Nanjiani could play a self-centered, doofy, completely self-unaware, self-centered superhero? Yeah, I think he could play that. He could nail that personality, but he just doesn't look like him. Let's face it. He doesn't look like him. He's really one of my biggest problems that he's too old. I'm too old to play Wonder Woman, okay? I'm also too short and fat and disabled, but that's besides the point. I'm too old. I think he's too old. And for James Gunn to sit there and put such a fine point on wanting Superman and Batman to be like 30, 35 years old and not wanting to cast actors that are too outside that age range, just an odd choice. Just an odd choice to go this direction. So there's that. Okay. Coincidence? So then I went, oh, that was the other thing. Let's see. Right here. Oh, no, I've got it. I've got it right here. So I decided to go check the production sites. And I found a couple things. Booster Gold sounds like a Star Wars pilot. It does. It really does. You're not wrong. So HBO Max has officially ordered a pilot for Booster Gold. Not only that, I went further. Okay, this is the Film and Television Industry Alliance. All right. I went further and discovered that there has been an update on its actual production bulletin board announcement. It's due to start filming, and this was just updated like 2 weeks ago, and I missed it. But this was updated a couple weeks ago. They're due to start filming the Booster Gold pilot in September. Happy birthday to me. September 1st, 2025 in Atlanta, Georgia, and in Toronto. So they're due to start filming. The pilot has been ordered, and the project is now in active development with creator David Jenkins from Our Flag Means Death with Rhys Darby and Taika Waititi, signed to write the pilot and serve as showrunner if the series gets fully greenlit for production. So that means there's already a completed script if we are going off of what James Gunn has told us his policy is for greenlighting projects at DC Studios. Must be an amazing completed script. So it explains that Booster Gold, originally a 25th century football star named Michael John Carter, MJ for short, uses stolen future tech to travel back in time and reinvent himself as a flashy superhero for fame and fortune. His companion, the sentient robot Skeets, adds both comic relief and emotional depth. The series promises a blend of heartfelt comedy and self-aware satire, positioning Booster as an outsider navigating modern-day heroics with the larger DC universe. Good morning, Patricia! You just got back from the VA. I hope it was productive. I know those are difficult. Your oldest is on the 20th of September or August? Because Dave's birthday is on September 20th. Mine is the 7th. Just in case anyone wanted to know. David Jenkins' involvement adds comedic and tonal credibility. If you've watched Our Flag Means Death, whether it is your cup of tea or not, it is a very self-aware comedy. And I think that would be a very, very good fit. So your oldest child's birthday is the same birthday as the love of my life. I love that. Also, Bo and I share a birthday. So my birthday is actually Bo DeMaio's birthday. So I do think the David Jenkins as the choice for showrunner and writer is a good call. The pilot order indicates DC Studios' interest in building Booster's solo identity post-Superman. They've got it Superman legacy here. Y'all got to stop doing that. Y'all got to stop doing that. Virgo babies in the house. Oh, that's right. Dork Night. I remember now. See? Look at all these Virgos everywhere. Bye, Kino. Thanks for your help. Anyway, it's not Superman Legacy. It's just Superman. Aligning the show with the other Chapter 1 entries, including Peacemaker, Lanterns, Paradise Lost, and Waller. We've not gotten any updates on Paradise Lost in a while. We should look into that. While official production timelines and locations are not yet confirmed, acceptance says right there, development activity is expected to ramp up through late 2025. A greenlit pilot could lead to filming early 2026, with studios like Vancouver or UK-based sound stages under consideration for the tax incentives and creative-ready crew bases. These regions also provide the architectural diversity required to evoke both futuristic elements and everyday cityscapes for Booster's temporal adventures. For crew across all departments, this project signals strong hiring potential. Key roles likely to open include production design, costume, set builds for sleek temporal sets, camera lighting for stylized visual tone, VFX coordination for tech-heavy scenes, stunt awareness for superhero misadventures, and post-production teams experience in genre pacing. Casting is not yet public, but as development progresses, notices for casting directors, background talent, and associate casting roles should follow. Given Booster's comedic underdog persona, the show's likely guest-driven episodes involving Justice League appearances, talent coordinators and extra casting units will play important roles. So, there's all of that. Gives a lot of credence to it's supposed to start filming next month. And it says Georgia and Toronto. I think, and I've heard this a few times for some of you in the chat and elsewhere, Booster is going to show up at the end of Peacemaker, I think. Gunn himself has said that he hasn't even let his publicist see the last couple of episodes because it's such a huge spoiler. So I have a feeling Kamal's going to show up at, hold on, get rid of that. Listen here. Listen, Linda. I have a feeling he's going to show up. He is here at the premiere. Get rid of that. So it makes sense. I mean, if he's in the show, he's probably going to show up to the premiere. Just saying. Sorry, I keep smacking my desk. Anywho, guys, if you have any questions, comments, emotional outbursts about the very strong possibility that Kamal Nanjiani is playing Booster Gold in the Booster Gold series and about him possibly showing up in Peacemaker Season 2, leave it in the chat below. We're wrapping things up today. I got some birthday shenanigans for my kid. I got to prepare. I have to make her a cake. And you guys know I like making things from scratch. But this little turkey, she wanted a store-bought funfetti cake. Like, that's not fun. That's not me baking anything. That's me, like, mixing something. What the heck? But that's all I got for you nerds today. If you'd like to help support the channel, the easiest and freest way to do that is by simply hitting that like button, subscribing if you're new, and ringing that notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy nonsense, like my new interview that just dropped an hour and 40 minutes ago. The showrunners of Revival, Aaron Kuntz and Luke Boyce. Go check it out when we're done. I'm really proud of it. We had a really good time. Those guys are great. They're really great. And I really hope that season 2, we get an announcement any moment now about season 2. But again, check out the interview. There might be some information. I don't know. Maybe not. Check it out. Find out if I'm lying about something. Sorry, straps fell down. If you would like to help support the channel in other ways, thank you. Still not monetized. We're working on it though. But you can help me pay for the StreamYard access, the Adobe software for editing and, licensing and all of that stuff. My subscriptions that allow me to go live on places like Twitter, Instagram. You can do that by scanning that QR code right there. It'll take you to this link, which is also in the description below, as will all the links that I'm going to provide you. Go to buymeacoffee.com/comicsmua, and you can tip me as little or as much as you like to help keep this channel going. If that doesn't work for you, which I promise you, it is secure. That's the word I was looking for. I was reading a comment. It is secure, but if you are more comfortable with Cash App, I have that as well. I do. There's also Patreon. You can join the official Nerdling Army for as little as $3 a month. I'm not kidding. Go to patreon.com/comicsandmua, and you get access to behind the scenes, early access, like the Revival showrunner interview dropped yesterday afternoon. So people got to watch it like a full 24 hours before anyone else got to. Usually I like to give you more of an early access, but sometimes with scheduling with interviews and stuff like that, it just doesn't work out. But they got it a full 24 hours ahead of time. There's some behind the scenes I'm going to toss up on there. The behind the scenes with Romy did not come out well. The audio was trash. So, but you get that. You get exclusive content, exclusive chat rooms, like a request line where you can request a breakdown or a video. I mean, I'll start taking requests for interviews too. Why not? Let's try our luck. Why not? There's also the exclusive Nerdling Army merch, which members get every 3 months for the first year of their membership. And it does correspond directly with their tier, which we refer to as rank. I will refer to you by your rank when I see you in the chat. And those who are Nerdling first class or higher automatically get made as moderators for the channel, and everyone's names and rank are put at the end credits of every single video. So if you are interested in some exclusive perks, exclusive content, just exclusiveness in general, check out patreon.com/comics and help support the channel. There's also some merch stores. I have a merch store over at Etsy. Hundreds of designs, hundreds of products, all made by yours truly. It does help keep the channel going. I'm also an affiliate for several different companies. I can save you a few bucks on a few things that you need, like glasses, dog stuff, superhero merch. Check that out. Also TikTok and CapCut. Someone go to one of those links and tell me what it does. Because I don't know. They just said, here's your link. And I said, okay, thank you. This podcast is powered by the Red 5 Network. We are a collective of exclusively nerdy podcasters and content creators here to educate and entertain you. So if you like this podcast, chances are you're going to appreciate more of what the Red 5 family can offer you. So go to red5.bio.link today to discover more of the Red 5 Network. All right. What do we got in this chat? Deranged Lunatic says, I saw Superman over the weekend. I liked it, but I did not like how they portrayed the Kents. I know some people have some issues with that. Dave said he felt like that he made them kind of stupid or simple. And I said, no, I didn't get that. I just saw them as having different priorities. They're putting importance on different things. Like they don't know about this sort of thing because they're more focused on the things that really matter, like taking care of their farm, taking care of each other. Totally subjective view. I know it's just the way I saw it, but how other people see it, I could totally understand how they felt that way. I saw them as very warm, and I really liked Paul Kent his little talk with Clark. I did like that. So, but yeah, that's definitely not a trailer. I can tell you that much for free. Not a trailer. So there's that. You still need to watch season 1, not available over there. Okay, so it will be soon. It is on Crave. I don't know if you have, that's a Canadian thing. I don't know if you have access to that. But yeah, you definitely need to check it out as soon as you can, because it's a really good show. I really, really enjoyed it. And it did surprise me. It did surprise me. But have a great day, everyone. Have a great Monday. Remember, I'm not going to be here tomorrow. I will be at the doctor. I've got 2 different doctor's appointments, but I'll be back Wednesday morning. But while I'm not here tomorrow, check out the 2 new videos that got dropped. The interview with Romy Weltman and the interview with Luke Boyce and Aaron B. Kuntz. All Revival people. I have sent a request to Melanie Scrofano's people. She's Romy's co-star in Revival. She's also Winona Earp, or for you Letterkenny fans out there, she's Mrs. McMurray, and she's on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. She's a Starfleet captain. So there's a chance it's going to be a no, or they're just going to ignore me, but I did send a request to try and talk to her too. So until then, check out those interviews. I'll be back Wednesday, and keep your eyes peeled, because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!